happy Good Friday. Happy Good Friday, Simply Fam. It's your girl, Billy Brill, coming to you guys with a Good Friday testimonial, a Good Friday accolade, a Good Friday celebration. Y'all, as I'm just sitting outside, man, this week has been awesome. We know that it's Good Friday, it's good week. YouVersion has been so intentional about leading us up into this moment and just anchoring us in the scriptures that God really took this journey, that Jesus really knew. We all talk about purpose, right? We all talk about purpose chasing, but what if your purpose was to come and die for people that couldn't see you? And even in this week discussing with my kids, we just started talking about people whose purpose can be in likeness. Like Martin Luther King's purpose was to come here to do a work that caused him to lose his life. And every day as I begin to work, shout out to TC Nation, Pastor Ty, I love you. You are my big brother. I watched the Dreams sermon that Pastor Ty ministered, and one of the things he always says is, if God gives you a vision, will you serve it? Will you serve it with your life? Will you do more than speak it? Will you serve the dream? Will you die for the dream? And immediately, y'all, this week, even on TC Kids, shout out to TC Kids. Get your babies on TC Kids. I'm going to drop the link. This morning, as we're getting ready to go to school, the kids are watching TC Kids, and literally this children's Bible version. Yo, get in Bible with your babies. You learn so much, y'all. We are not above this stuff. Listen, when you mature in the spirit, you can eat from different palates, and the kids' food, you feel me, the kids' meals taste just like the Big Macs. So I'm watching the TC Kids with my babies, and the Bible story they're taking the kids on is the story of how Jesus gave his life in those leading moments, man. And even from the Last Supper, yo, when he knew that Judas and Peter would betray him, he already knew. And we could say that's the testimony of our lives. The people that be in our circles, we already know who can't go with us. We already know who's secretly plotting. We can see with our spiritual eyes who's not there for us, and even sometimes with our earthly eyes. And even in that moment, man, when he went to go visit the place that God had showed him was death, he prayed 3 times. And every time the prayer changed. And the first prayer was, God, I don't know if I could do this. Like, take this away from me. He came back. And I believe in that time, God spoke to him, ministered to his spirit. He came back. He's like, okay, Father, if the cup can be passed, pass it. He came back. He said, if not, may your will be done. Ooh! Jesus is my big brother, yo. And so, even leading up to when they captured him, questioned him, he didn't say a word. Shout out to Mama Wright. He didn't say a mumbling word. And man, y'all, it just puts in perspective what he did for us. I'm sitting outside admiring God's beautiful work. And I want us to not get so far in Christianity that we're not seeing, man. And one of the things God is working with me in this season is not confining myself to this religious idea of following God. That the reward of what Jesus did is that we can see now, y'all. When I'm out here talking to G, and I'm looking at birds and squirrels walking around, birds and squirrels, and I get emotional. I'm looking at the purple flowers on the trees bloom. Getting emotional. I'm looking at this spot here where I poured like some oil and it killed the plants, and it's making me emotional. It's making me aware. And I used to didn't even like animals. I used to didn't like animals when it was dark. But how can you not love something that your father made? And shout out to you, Apostle Tracy, because it's all about relationship, y'all, when you peel the layers back. And I'm sitting here talking to G, and I'm just like, yo, you know, thank you for what you did for me. Even in the instance that I was recalling, because the verse that I was reading was, the darkness does not like light. It doesn't like light in fear of its sins being exposed. And it automatically brought me to this relationship that God freed me from. And I told God I'm in a progressive state of forgiveness, because forgiveness is something we constantly have to do. And I just thanked God for taking me away from that. And I thanked him because it had to happen, because God had to allow me to see. I want y'all to rename y'all storms in this season. Anything that looks crazy, know that God is doing it, for one, to put something in you, and for two, to get something out of you. And as we celebrate this Good Friday, y'all, and it's so great, God is just awesome, y'all. I was telling G before he came and got me, what really made me love him, and he knew it, was that he came and got me, yo. And that's the testament of what he died for. That I didn't have to call him up 20 times. I didn't have to go to the Judas that betrayed me, or the Peter. I didn't have to go through the hurt of what happened if I called my family and they wouldn't come. Yo, I called God and he came and got me. And I don't even think that I thought anything of it on the day when I cried out to him. I knew that I couldn't take it no more. When it was dark, y'all, it was dark. And for everybody that's not rocking with G all the way, that may just have one foot in, one foot out, man, when it's dark, right? And you really don't see no light. Not that saying that I didn't want to be here, like I wanted to die, but y'all, I used to count down days, like, and I don't even know what I was counting to, but it's like, yo, when does this end? Like when? And I didn't see no way to how it was gonna end. I just knew that every day was another day of what? And man, sitting outside, being able to appreciate trees, birds, and grass, the wind. God just spoke about the wind. You feel the wind. You can't see it. You don't know which way it's coming from. And just like when you doused in the spirit, you can't see it. You don't know where it's coming from. But you feel it. Jesus. And y'all, it's just a veil off. Take the religion off. Take the veils off. God did a mighty thing in our life, not to confine us to this religious practice, to confine us to the church. And though the enemy wants to scare me, to make me think that I don't need to go around people that's not walking like me, that's not talking like me, that I may be tempted. No, God has separated me to separate me, so that when he sends me back, that I'll be new. And even if they're not, I can still minister and be about his business. So I'm calling all believers to take the veils off. Break the shackles of Christianity, and know that what God did for us is for everyone to be free. And that's truly the gospel. That when we cried out to God, he wasn't too religious to come to the hood and get us. He wasn't too religious to come to the strip club and get you. He wasn't too religious to come take that blunt out your hand. So how did we get so religious that we can't help our brothers and sisters? That we can't be anchors here on earth? They gonna meet us before they meet him. But what they gonna say when they meet you? You just like church people. That's why I don't go to church. And that was my testament when I first started walking with God. I thought I had to be a church person. I thought I couldn't do this. I thought I couldn't do that. But I'm seeing God exposing me to the streets. God cleans you up to clean you up on the inside. And we wonder why he always sends us back to those same old environments, because you're new. You're new. You met God. And he sends you back. So I'm asking y'all on this Good Friday, take a double look at your work. Take a double look at your worth. And take a double look at your own internal hurts. It's Good Friday, y'all. Minister to at least 2 people this week. Invite 2 people to church. 2 people not in your friend group, but 2 people you wouldn't normally talk to. Challenging myself. It's your girl Billy with we chilling with Bray and Brycey, TC on the MC. Yo, we coming real live, H-Town, real stunting. Church Christ and representing T stunting. All I know is that he say Brady, Bray, that's Brady, Bray. Billy and Bray, rapping to freestyle. Speaking flavor like GTE style. Here's Bryce, right here though. He's only 4 and he got the flow like.
I'm 6 and I know how to do things. I'm a kid and I'm 6. I'm almost 7 because I'm like, hey, I want to worry about it.
VIP. G.O.D. Chill out, bro. Before I kick you in the free flow. Yeah, I'm on a reflow. This boy out me, I'm about to go pro. Yo, real stunting. G.O.D. rapping like stunting. Yeah, what you doing? They crazy. Loco, crazy. That's Young Brady. Billy, TC. G.O.D. B.E.D. Footy. B.E.D.
It's a big